Hello there, good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with me, John Kay, live in Downing Street as the new cabinet prepares to meet. Sally is in the studio. Here are your headlines this morning. A new top team for the new PM. Liz Truss meets her cabinet here in number 10 a bit later after a major reshuffle of key roles last night. Then at lunchtime, she goes straight to Parliament for her first Prime Minister's questions, facing opposition MPs.
She says top of a list of priorities are growing the economy and tackling the energy prices. What businesses here want to know is how does she plan to do that? We break down what we know for them and for you.
Also on the programme for you this morning, the mother of 9-year-old Olivia Pratt-Corbell appeals to the gunman who killed her to hand himself in.
You know you've done wrong, so you need to own up, like I've taught my kids.
Let's have a look at the front pages of this morning's papers, shall we? Because all of them, obviously, deal with what happened here in Downing Street yesterday and what's to come. So the Daily Mirror, let's start there, saying that Liz Truss has entered number 10 full of promises, just like the last three Tory PMs, it says. The paper issuing her a direct challenge, writing, "Come on then, prove us wrong." The Guardian, also often critical of the Conservative Party, analysing Ms Truss's newly appointed cabinet, saying that her opening move was to reward loyalists and reject calls for a unity cabinet. It illustrates the day with a picture there of the new Prime Minister and her husband beaming on the steps of number 10 just before they went inside. The Times, like lots of papers this morning, picking up that same line from Ms Truss's national address on the steps of Downing Street yesterday afternoon as its headline, reading, "We can ride out the storm." We'll check in with Matt with the weather a bit later. And The Sun carrying a picture of Ms Truss meeting the Queen when she formally was appointed Prime Minister. That was the moment of the transition of power. That happened at Balmoral earlier on Tuesday afternoon.
The Telegraph quotes from Liz Truss's speech outside Downing Street, "We can ride out the storm," and many papers have followed. The Times also carries the same words, saying historic tax cuts and bailouts are to be unveiled. The same quote also on the front of the Express, with a promise to freeze energy bills. The Metro also, "We can ride out the storm," on their front page, says Ms Truss has promised to make the economy, the NHS and energy a priority. The Financial Times focuses on what Liz Truss will have to do to get to grips with high energy bills. The Guardian says Ms Truss has vowed to solve the cost of living crisis. While on the front of the Eye, economists say taxpayers and consumers will have to pay for the incoming government's economic programme. The Mirror responds to the challenges faced by the new government, declaring, "Now fix the Britain you lot broke." The Mail splashes with an analysis piece from its opinion writer, Jan Moyer. The Sun shows the Queen in Balmoral appointing the new Prime Minister. And with a nod to the events of yesterday, the Star reports on Britain's apparent shortage of clowns. And if you want to see any of those front pages again, or indeed read the stories, scan the QR code on your screen right now and it will take you to the press review on the Sky News website.